come together quickly. Many people had this. Having some trouble here on the opening possession, and Clark had it poked away. And Martin launches his way outside. The size advantage. Howard flips it
for the Valkyries, which is last.
Burton drops it. Benley lets it fly. First 2 shots here tonight.
And great defender she is.
Here's Mitchell, who's bounce pass. Mitchell fires.
And a scorer get to the free throw line.
Okay. She has been on no injuries for either.
See some minutes out of her today. She did
away from home. They've really played well in their power. They've gone to her a couple times. She's Donald's 8th game with the fever, but her over on the drive, steps back and playing well in her first games after missing their first 2. For 2-on-1, Howard will take it herself. Low 40% for their transition. That's just such a change. Once again, looking to push.
Of opportunities in transition.
And Burton feed inside and a lot of contact, and just managing how they do. The pace is much quicker.
Fast. But boy, she looked pretty quick in that.
Boston on the drive, flips it up and flips. Games this year, not today, as Burton into the corner. Has not played since then. Late feed inside. Richardson talking things over at the score.
Ahead of the ball in transition, you have to. You're probably going to give up some offensive board.
Here so far this afternoon. Is Thornton battling through a triple team. Reelston turns the corner on the drive. First All-Star appearance in a little Overston. Kick out, McDonald wide open.
Was the 9th pick in the expansion.
Lob inside for Billings, who hangs on. Clark defensive rebound, drops it for Cunningham. Kayla Timpson, who played big minutes without Dante. We get close to the midway point of time weapon. Late was left. Cup game, it did not count toward officials.
Overall efficiencies, Pat, there on the top.
Drive, kick out, Cunningham, who launches. Emily Nakase goes deep. Do start 5 players, but in reality,
to play the kind of pressure defense that they've
screen there, a little 5-0 run. Cunningham shot fakes the 3. So the Fever won't have the last shot, and it's well. Here is the Fever rookie going to work. Hayes drives on Clark. Hayes rebound. Lexi Hull has 3 of them. Here's Howard, just has to fight.
Indiana wants to run offensively.
Who has really picked up her game late. And now percentage. So the Fever have 2 of the.
And the rotations with Caitlin Clark back.
Leticia Me on the floor right now. Here's Howard back on to take advantage. Hull will.
Mike Weiner. I mean, that was.
Double figures in the minutes category. Floor. Boston handoff. Mick. They relieve Burton. And she makes cross-court pass. Hull pulls up.
Very well done.
Veronica, extra pass. Chen is open. And back-to-back 3.
Defense. You can change your pace off.
Not led since the early moments of this game. Lost the handle. And Howard and off. He's doing so again here today. Mitchell off the screen. Turns Salon. Howard has her pin. Line. Mates, by the way. Caitlin Clark drafted her. The Fever have just 10.
The Valkyries, because they will turn. It fits right into the makeup of their team.
And the Fever know what 10. In fact, Golden State has rattled off the last 9. Cross-court pass. Howard, extra fine.
You can see, it's a really good job by Kelsey Benley by the Fever.
Now McDonald on the.
Well, Benley runs. She runs.
Burton lines up, but they'd like that number to be higher as Boston.
But she's not giving up much ground.
Burton dips the 3. Thornton will just have to hold of the Valkyries ever since. Half away from All-Star Weekend convert. Here's Hayes driving by since late in the first quarter. A 9-point.
Starting inside the 3-point line in the first half.
And Thornton.
I think Lexi.
Circle. It was the right call. Of the first half. Mitchell shot clock down to 3. Fever hit 4-3. Valkyries doing nice. Hayes attacking Boston, going coast to coast. Mitchell step back. 18-point swing shot. Now remember the first quarter
and usually they ghost that.
Does she get it off in time?
Better movement and ball movement.
Boston collision at midcourt. No foul call.
Fever need a foot.
Pillar of consistency here for the first double-digit lead, and Kate Martin. McDonald finds some space. Burton leaves it for Martin, who
have to be disciplined every second of the
offensive end. Thornton launches. See, Kate finds some space. There's a step.
A playoff on either end of the floor.
And around the rim, inside, in amongst the trees, hands off.
Leah Boston was 5 for 7 from the free throw line again here. The Fever got to get her the ball and the quality.
We go to work when you...
On the drive, the kick out, and but a second offensive rebound to the medal, and Dantas had 30.
Highlight package was outstanding.
Timpson will take it at Martin, fading and hit there by Mitchell. Thornton's been hot from Hayes weaves her pass, tip into the corner. It's
on Kate Martin. There you go. Lexi Holt.
3-on-2. Clark on the drive.
See, this is where the Valkyries to me are the most dangerous.
And now feeds it inside to a cut.
Great cut from the weak side by Thornton. Top 10.
So
of a lead guard in this.
Clark, here's Hull. The other three. Dantas looking for some help. Instead, will
handle.
USA trailed at halftime. Hayes turns it over. Hit. Timpson the rebound. Timpson. Clark hounding Caitlin.
They trapped that second.
Clark gets inside. Bank shot. Shorts. She'll launch from 2. Bouncing. Dantas hit Indianapolis today. Salon finds some, softs it up. Timpson pulls it down. And Salon, fade, fire. They've got 5 of them in the corner.
They're switching.
As you notice, Timpson fires it up. Here's late on the drive, late to the rim. And
that should have been a foul right there. Defensive 3-second rule. They should.
Cunningham launches.
Anytime you get the catch.
Burton hangs and feet here, building, rocking. He's on a 5-0 run. Mitchell crosses it. Timpson flips it up. Burton fire away. Not here a little bit in Indy. To Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. Mitchell through 2%. She's up over 80%. Franchise since 2000. Clark's played 21 minutes tonight. We'll see how Stephanie White manages it.
Was switching on. Now.
Mitchell pulls up there on the handoff. Here's Burton driving on McDonald.
Done a really good job of moving the ball. I've been impressed with Veronica Burton. Her coach.
It's a 12-1 Cunningham. Back for McDonald. Late steps into a 3. On her former teammate, pins her inside. Boston got by Howard. Bessick, Clark catch and shoot. Here is a Boston 3.
She's 3 for 13.
Clark off to the races. Clark flips it up. Flip the gamble the Valkyries were hoping for. Defensive rebound, and Burton for the Fever here in the second half. Clark with a stop and go. Clark flips it up. Salon pulls up. Ball pass Hall. 3 points, and look at the ball movement. Hall ducks in. Have just blitzed in for Timpson. Puts on the brakes.
Track to not shoot it, which is
launches and get
2 players there. Whether to
Mitchell sets up Boston. Tremendous performance. It's open when you're struggling. Lexi Hull corner.
Starting the action.
And the Valkyries, an initial run, just a tad under 17,000.
Well, the practice court will be
on the day for Indiana. They're 20. Mitchell driving into traffic, flips
exceptionally well. Good job defensively on all the Fever players.
Often the Fever have had to do that this year.
You play 5, you miss 5.
These 2 very different styles, with and without her. There's Kate Martin, who's played really well today. Timpson spins in 90 seconds here on center momentum. Sold out crowd coming into this one.
True road game for the Fever.
Feeds Timpson. Tough afternoon of hoops. Me here spinning on Timpson. Opportunity. Salon comes. She's going to be able to go back. It's all Valkyries. 8-point lead in the first half. See Kate. Mitchell finds some space. There's a stop.
Cassie Mitchell. You'll never see her take a play off on either end of the floor.
Her Bentley battling offensive rebound. And around the rim. Mitchell gets inside, in amongst the trees, hands off ball.
Leah Boston, she was 5 for 7 from the free throw line again. She needs to get to the free throw line here. The Fever got to get her the ball and the quality.
IndianaWorkers.com. We go to work when you.
Back within 12. Hayes on the drive, the kick out, and it's on the defensive end. Thornton misses, but a second offensive rebound to the after an extended cold spell. Brazil finished with a silver medal, and Dantas had 30.
She hit mid-range. I saw her highlight package. It was outstanding.
Timpson will take it at Martin, fading and hits on this end. Good defense there by Mitchell. Thornton's been hot from 13th turnover. Hayes weaves her the switch on to Dantas. Cross-court pass. Tip into the corner. It's
still doesn't put more size on Kate Martin. There you go. Lexi Holt
from Caitlin Chen. Clark, 3-on-2. Clark on the drive.
Trying to make that inbound. See, this is where the Valkyries to me are the most dangerous.
Oh, what a pass. And now feeds it inside to a cut.
5 out, and that's a great cut from the weak side by Thornton. As it connected on that pass, that'd been a top 10. So complementary role to that being of a lead guard in this.
Dantas, bounce pass. Clark, here's Hull. Seminoles have done it. Natasha Howard's one of the other three. Dantas being hounded. Dantas looking for some help. Instead, will.
So it was a lot for the USA team to handle.
USA trailed at halftime medal over the last few cycles. 35-year-old Tiffany Hayes turns it over. Dantas wide open. She can't hit. Timpson the rebound. Timpson. Clark hounding Caitlin.
When they played the Valkyries the first time, they trapped that second. They would look to trap that.
Clark gets inside, bank shot forward ahead. She lofts it up, but leaves it short. Handle there just for a moment. She'll launch from 2. Clark bouncing. Dantas hitting. Indiana flipped the script here in Indianapolis today. Duties. Salon finds some Clark. 3-on-2. Clark lofts it up. Timpson pulls it down and out. Salon, fade, fire. Threes in the third quarter. They've got 5 of them in the quarter.
And it looked like drop even though they're switching.
As you know, Timpson, offensive rebound. Timpson fires it up. Cross-court pass. Here's late on the drive, late to the rim.
That should have been a foul right there. Then you kind of counteract the defensive 3-second rule. They should.
Of the third quarter. Cunningham launches. Chin McDonald can't hit on the 3.
Anytime you get to that, I think she just fumbled the catch.
Burton hangs, and Indiana had all the momentum. Fans on their feet here, building, rocking to shoot 2. With the Valkyries on a 5-0 run. Mitchell crossover. Cunningham into traffic, lob it up. Timpson. Timpson flips it up
A few times.
Burton fire away. Not. And the air out of the balloon here a little bit in Indy. McDonald sees 2, flips to Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. Mitchell through averages this year from the line, 72%. She's up over 80%. Cumulative record in this franchise since 2000. Caitlin Clark's played 21 minutes tonight. She's soon, and that she might play the rest of the way. We'll see how Stephanie White manages it.
Based on what Indiana was previously doing was switching on. I mean, you got no personnel.
Mitchell pulls up. Not close enough there on the handoff. There's Burton driving on McDonald.
Spread out on defense. They've done a really good job of moving the ball. I've been impressed with Veronica Burton. The great Joe McEwen, her coach, but they played some good games.
It's a 12-1. Boston sees the double team. Cunningham back for McDonald. This afternoon, that's 29%. Late steps into a three. Boston going coast to coast, taking on her former teammate. Pins her inside. Hayes gets by Boston, got by Howard. We're looking at their largest deficit. Clark catch and shoot. Team. Howard backs her way in. Here is a Boston three.
Has made 3 triples all season. She's 3 for 13.
Beck Bentley not on the same page. Here's Clark off to the races. Clark flips it up on the drive. Again goes behind the back. Not the gamble the Valkyries were hoping for. Twice. Thornton another offensive rebound. And Burton. Rebound has been really problematic for the Fever here in the second half.
Until your arm falls off.
Clark with a stop and go. Clark flips it up.
She does off the pass than anyone in the league.
Salon pulls up all the way into traffic. Cunningham bounce pass Hall. And the Fever have been held to 53 points, and look at the ball movement. Hall ducks in and point lead. And the Valkyries have just blitzed in. Cunningham leaves it back for Timpson. Puts on the brakes.
They're on track to not shoot it. Which is
their season worst mark. Thornton launches and gets
side. So Lexi Hall was in between 2 players there, whether to.
Mitchell sets up Boston, who have put together a tremendous performance. Open looks just feel a little less open when you're struggling.
You need a few more reps.
Lexi Hull corner.
Guarding the ball and not worrying about guarding the action.
Put the Fever into the penalty. And the Valkyries in this game, after the Valkyries had that initial run, this near sellout crowd of just a tad under 17,000.
Thing about playing a noon game when you don't shoot it well, the practice court will be
30% on the day for Indiana. They're 20. Mitchell driving into traffic, flips.
guarded personnel exceptionally well. In the paint, really did a really good job defensively on all the Fever players.
Process, and if you think about how often the Fever have had to do that this year.
I mean, you play 4, you miss 4. You play 5, you miss 5.
And acclimating for a team that plays 2 very different styles with and without her. Clark back on the floor. There's Kate Martin, who's played really well today. Timpson spins and final 90 seconds here on at home. They've used that Chase Center momentum, sold out crowd. 2-6 away from home coming into this one. Perhaps.
I thought it felt like a true road game for the Fever.
McDonald feeds Timpson. Bright spot in a tough afternoon of hoops. Nami here spinning on Timpson. Third chance opportunity. Salon comes a lot on tape. She's going to be able to go back. It is all Valkyries.